very soon you're going to see a small change come to your Google Drive. That change is Team Drives, and soon you'll see this small Team Drives icon underneath My Drive in your Google Drive. This video is just a quick orientation to Team Drives, best practices, and how to create a drive. So the purpose behind Team Drives is for members of a team who often must access the same document can easily and efficiently find documents that they share with one another. Much like a shared folder, which we've been using within our organization, a team drive has several members who access and edit the same document. But a plus with team drives is that everything is easily found within that team drive, and if a member of that team drive were to leave the organization, all of their files would still stay within this team drive. Unlike now with shared folders, if someone leaves the organization, their files will go with them. So let me give you a quick little orientation. Once Team Drive is up and running, this, which is grayed out right now, is where you would go to create a new team drive. I already have a couple that are created within my team drive. When you create a new team drive, you'll add members with this little button right here. When you add members, you add in their last name. And you can also decide what access that member has for the content within that drive. You can also manage all of the members within that drive through the Manage Members button up here next to the title of the group, or you can do the same thing with that plus and the little icon up next to teachers' names as well. So when you create your team drive and you give members different access, there are a couple of different choices that you have for each of those members. They can have full access, which means that they too can add members and remove members, or change the access rights of the members currently in the group. They can also upload, edit, and delete all of the files within the drive. Or they can have edit access, which means they can edit any of the files, or they can upload new files. They can also have commenting access, or they can also have view access. I would also mention that once you've given members one type of access, it's difficult to change the rights of that member for different documents within the drive. So just to kind of summarize that, if I give someone edit access, they will have edit access to every single item within that team drive. Only thing that could be changed is if I were to give someone view access or comment access, then I could go and give them edit access to an individual file within that drive. For example, this test document here, because all of the members within this group have edit access, I can't change the rights for any of those members to give them just view access to this document. I can also come up here next to the title of the group and I can rename our group, and I can change the theme of our group. You'll notice with team drives, the look is much like what we have with Classroom, where we have these tiles. But if I want to go in and change what that tile looks like, I can customize it by going up next to the name, clicking on the drop down, and clicking Change Theme. There I can choose from several of the templates that they already have in there. At this point in time, we can't add our own images, but I feel like that's something that might come down later on. Also within Team Drives, it has the same look as what we see within our Google Drive. I can click over here for the information button, and I can see the activity. So I can see all of the activity that has taken place within that drive, who has edited an item, who has shared an item, who has created an item, and so on. I would also mention that items within a team drive can only be shared with members of our domain, which means if I have a team made up of teachers and I want to create something that I'm later going to share out with parents, I would have to move that item outside of this team drive in order to be able to get a link to share with parents or anyone else outside of our organization. So here with this test document, I can click on test document and get this menu up here where I have the ability to link share, But if you'll notice, I only have the option to share with people within our district, within our domain. When I click on sharing settings, I don't have the option to give anyone outside of our domain any access to it whatsoever. Creating items and uploading items into the Team Drive is exactly the same process as with your Google Drive. You would click New, and you can upload a folder. You can upload any type of file, so a PDF from your computer, Word document, a PowerPoint, or you can also create Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Google Forms, drawings, and sites within this Team Drive as well, just like you can with your Google Drive. So just to summarize, the idea behind the Team Drives is so that members of a team all have an easy and efficient way to access the documents and the files that they all need to have access to. It eliminates problems with sharing things to other people who may not need to be able to see the documents that a team is accessing. For example, if there's something with some private student information, you don't run the risk of it being shared with the wrong person because it is housed within the drive that all members who would need to see that information have access to. So our intention is that we would use Team Drives in much the same way that we would use SharePoint in order to share files within a team. So that's a quick explanation of how to use Team Drives found within your Google Drive.